Hello, hello. Here we are. It is a beautiful day here in Folsom, California. Welcome to the Weekly Wise Saturday sessions. Today we're looking at Skool Building. Quickstart. Like, so simple to get set up to start making money in hours. Just hours. That's all it takes. You can actually start a school in under 60 seconds. I'm here to show you more about that today. Hello, I am Wendy S. Wiseman of Wiseman Integrative, home of happier, healthier humans, taming the tensions of modern living by simplifying. That is the wise way. Simple steps, integrated. So they're not more things to do on your to-do list. No, they're a part of you and how you roll through, how you choose to roll through this thing called life. Let's take a moment to tune in here. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth, smile. That's right. And generate some joy. Enjoy. Those are the 3 keys to reset anywhere, anytime, to help you feel fine. Oops, wrong one. Here we go. Let's do this one and switch. There we go. There it is. So breathe, smile, and joy. Those are 3 simple little resets that you have with you anywhere, anytime. Just one of them is an effective reset. Breathing quite literally refreshes, renews, and revitalizes you. Smiling also creates positive physiological response in your system, releasing feel-good hormones and endorphins that actually do shift your state. Same with enjoying, generating some joy, choosing to, you notice, I'm thinking about those bills. But I am in this beautiful place. It's a beautiful day, right? You flip the script, you switch it around. And if you practice those more and more and more, you'll feel better and better and better. And another way to feel better is to have an online community that makes you money while you sleep, that continues to grow and thrive without you posting every day, all the time, all over the place, right? People think an online community is a whole lot of work. You have to make a bunch of courses. You have to do a bunch of workshops or this or whatever it is that you're making up about what an online community is, when really it's just people coming together to share community in an online container. That's it. So you can choose something you're passionate about that you could talk about all day, every day for the rest of your life. You can create a space about that thing and bring together other people that are super passionate about that thing or want to learn that thing. Yeah? Super exciting. And you can learn more by hitting one of those links to either connect with me or go ahead and visit Skool. I'm going to show you in the rest of this video. We're going to take a look at the schoolers community. We're going to look at my ladder of communities of deeper involvement and how you can get set up you can get launched and start making money this week. It's so simple. I have a special, if you stick around to the end, you'll hear about that. And I think you're going to be really, really, really excited. So whether you have a business that you want to boost the income and the visibility and the customer loyalty or the referrals for, or whether you don't have a business and you don't have enough money and you just don't want another job that feels like a grind and you just want a way to love what you're doing all day, every day. Skool has made it so simple. Almost anybody can set it up and start. It is absolutely incredible. Let's share the screen and have a look, shall we? Welcome to Schoolers. What is Skool, Wendy? Well, let's give it a minute to load here. I double check to make sure. There it is. All right, this is the about page or the landing page or the page that gives you the information about the Schoolers community. Here, we're just going to go ahead and watch this little video so it can tell you in under a minute.
What a peculiar place to have a party.
Schoolers is a secret world with training from top community builders, weekly news, member map, meetups, and quarterly competitions with leaderboards, prizes, events, and status. It's a community for community builders who want to turn their passion into a full-time income. From pickleball, dating, business, calligraphy, MMA, chess, and beekeeping, Schoolers is a movement. 50,000 community builders, providing community for 15 million people, collectively earning over $1 billion per year, all while having serious fun. Join now for $9 per month with a 14-day free trial. Everything you need to build is inside.
Join the party, people. That's right. I was just listening to Arlen Hamilton and Sam Ovens in an interview, and he was talking about how it took 4 years to get to the first million, and now there's another about every 15 days. Is that what he said? That seems insane, but it is, especially after Alex Hormozi's book launch of $100 million money models in August. We're calling it the Hormozi tsunami because of the flurry of activity, and it's a whole different season of madness, a much healthier one. But there's training inside. There's weekly news. Every Tuesday, there's a school news drop, which talks about the roadmap, new feature releases, what's coming up, and also gives you a little bit of training and, of course, some fun. This is just a really relaxed, cool group of people. I mean, down to earth. It's a platform optimized for human connection, not for feeding you ads and keeping you on the platform. It's really about the people instead of the profits. But by focusing on the people, you create profits that seem more effortless. So it's super exciting. It is all in one, and it is the most affordable platform out there. Some will make claims about $0, but if you look behind the curtain, there's all kinds of hidden fees, and they break that down actually in one of the Skool News episodes. You can find those on YouTube, Skool with a K, Skool News. And now there's a $9 a month plan. It's not $100 a month anymore. You can still have that with extra bells and whistles, but you don't need that to start with. $9 a month. But what's even better is this 14-day free trial. And with my help, you can start making money in the first few days. So basically, it's all for free. Yeah, it sounds too good to be true, but it's not. I run all of these communities over here. Well, not schoolers, but I have built handfuls of communities. I have learned from hundreds of communities. I have worked with school games winners and top creators on Skool. And this isn't my first rodeo either. I built on Kajabi. I mean, I was building community back in the new media days of the 90s. But since returning to online health coaching in 2018, I've had some runarounds, as many of us have. And Kajabi, I was not in any way, shape, or form ready for that. Did not have the financial base to sustain the growth on such an expensive platform on my own. Without an audience established. And so that was a fail, a very wonderful learning experience. And then I did, the rounds of Teachable and Thinkific and this, that, and the other Facebook groups looking for what's next. And I found Circle, which was super exciting. Like I was excited about Skool at first. And they too were super responsive with their members, and they're about, creating your community and having people there. And it's not about ads and algorithms and all of that stuff. And it was just a little too bulky for me and my needs. It would load really slow. And I'm like, if I can't stand this, people coming here are going to bounce before they even get to see what the community's about, right? So that didn't work out. And I ended up paying for that for probably a year longer than I should have, just because they delete all of your information if you leave. And here on Skool, you can choose to push pause, and it's called archive. Your site goes into archive mode. It's read only, so your members can still access the material. They just can't like or comment or interact with it because it's kind of on the shelf for a little while until you choose, if you choose, to reactivate it, reopen it, and get it going and get it growing again. So that is another wonderful part of Skool. Let me give you a sneak peek. Now you don't need to see the merch. Let's take a look at the map feature, because it's incredible to see where people are all over the world. Look at that. This is just so exciting. Isn't that exciting to see just people all over the world in one place together, sharing enthusiastically, passionately about this? And it's not just about the games, although you can win the top 5 in each category. Win an all expenses paid trip to LA. You visit Skool headquarters in LA, which I did last year on Friday the 13th. It was a one-day in and out for me. I just did a round trip. I was just looking up round trip tickets for the In Real Life that Goose is doing in LA on October 4th. But it's super exciting. And if you win, you get one of those trophies you've seen some people holding. And it's not about how much money you make. It's about how much you grow, right? Monthly recurring revenue growth for the quarter is how you win. For the quarter, 90 days of growth, consistent, persistent growth. And there are 9 categories to compete in: hobbies, music, money, spirituality, tech, health, sports, self-improvement, and relationships. And there you learned, you click those dots to see more. So it does have to be a paid community at $100 a month or $1,200 a year or above in order to participate. You can't win with the dollar communities, but that's a great way to get started without having to deal with any of the to maintain community quality. It weeds out a lot of people who aren't even willing to pay $1. So let's take a look. The calendar will have the Skool news on it, right? And the end of the Q3 Skool games at the end of the month, right? That's about all in this community. But every week, there it is. In the classroom has a Skool 101 training that teaches you how to get started and get going. And then there's also the old Skool games training, which is Hormozy teaching you about the games the way they were run the first time around, but there's still a wealth of information about growing your community there. Skool News, you can find that on YouTube. And the new 100 million money models training is in here. And you can go through the whole book, or you can skip right to the Skool money models tutorial and then listen to the audiobook while you work. So it is just so supportive, a wealth of knowledge. And yes, Alex Hormozy is active in the community as well. If you're into that kind of thing, if you even know who he is, a lot of you might not. And it's just super, super, super active. I've got a lot of catching up to do in there today, but let's hop on over to my free public site, Explore Wise Skool Building. Help leaders boost their success, of course, without burnout. Grow income, connections, and community with ease. That is a simple framework I have. Probably going to change that. It's for community leaders who are just tired of chasing the shiny objects, the red dress, the squirrels, or overwhelmed by all of the options and the expectations that people have, like I was talking about at the beginning of this show. The expectations that you have to build a course, that you have to have a classroom full of content, that you have to go show up on social media every day and create content in order to have an online community. None of this is true. All you have to do is sign up for a Skool and invite some people and maybe go live with them. The new live streaming feature just released last Tuesday, and it's super exciting. It's just version 1, so it's going to get better as we go. But, life's too short to just be like, oh, I'd like to do that. Yeah, it's all right. It's fine. But don't you want more out of life? I mean, think about it. If you could be making money doing something that you love, it doesn't feel like work at all, does it? No. Maybe you just want a little sideline boost of income. You've got a hobby you enjoy. I restore cars. Let's get a bunch of people together that like to restore cars, and then maybe I could sell a workshop about some tips and techniques, right? You can have a free community, or you can charge people to come in, depending on your own wishes. It's all up to you. So you can come here to see posts about Skool Building. It is a public. The difference between public and private communities on Skool is the public ones are accessed, crawled by search engine indexing, they're called spiders. They go through all of the content and get it out there. If it's a private community, the only thing that is searched by Google is this page, your landing page, your about page, your exterior, your gateway. Where it says settings, it would say join now. And there would be a login thing up here if we were in the incognito. I don't know if I can share that or not. Let's see. Share this tab instead. There you go. It's going to get lighter. But now you can see what it looks like if you come and you're not a member to my Wise Skool Building, which is the next step, which is only $9 a month this weekend. And you see, you can click to join, and there is a 7-day free trial. There's a 7-day free trial to communities. There's a 14-day free trial to start your community. You log in here if you already have a Skool account, or it prompts you to sign up for free right down here. And it is so simple. It's just that simple. So this is a brand new community that I started during the Hormozy tsunami. There's 90-day free trial communities. And this is where I'm teaching people, I'm guiding people. Done with you is DWY, done with you. I'm guiding you through the simple ABC 1, 2, 3 steps that I have for you to get set up. I'm on a Zoom or a live call with you, actually setting up the content that we have prepared. Super simple. All you need is this description image over here, right here, this little description of what it's about. It doesn't have to be that fancy. I'm probably going to change this. You can change this at any time. You can change the title at any time. You can only change this once on the Pro plan. So don't worry about the URL, just because you can change your title anytime. If you change your focus, if you refine your focus, you can change this at any time. These links are only if you're on the Pro plan. So on the $9 plan, you don't even have to worry about that. And then all you need is a simple image here and some simple text here, like ready to build a community that makes money without the overwhelm? Get set, get going. No BS, no burnout. I could leave it right there. Join now. Boom. Instead, I have some other things that I've been testing the copy, but that's all you really need is one simple sentence. And see here, there's a create a community link, and you can discover communities. Since we're on this tab, we'll go ahead and have a look at all of these incredible communities. I'm ranging in like the 700, 800 of self-improvement with a lot of my communities. You can see there's different languages here. It's a wonderful place to explore all of the possibilities of things you can have communities about. Frogman Tactical. That's right. There you go. All kinds of incredible communities. And if you go to all, you get to see the top 1,000 communities. And if you're on this first page, these first bars, or even anywhere in the top 1,000, that's huge traffic. It's free traffic, meaning free views, visibility, free eyeballs on your stuff, right? Here's a Russell Brunson community. And just you name it. Here's the kid from Stranger Things and Law and Order, etc., who does an acting lab for Netflix actors. Can manifest anything. A couple of those, unlimited with more manifestation, right? See, that's pretty popular. Fitness is huge, and you can skip pages down here. Let's go look at the last page. There it is. There's number 1,000 photo club. There you go, in German. So it's super exciting. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing. I want to switch tabs to take a look at the Wise Skool Building. Share this tab instead. And this one, come join the free trial, and then we'll get you set up with a Skool action plan and schedule your Skool Quickstart setup. that's the school action plan is free. Get it during your free trial. You can also access the classroom during your free trial. Start here now in the ABC Skool Building. You won't see some of these things that I'm just working on. But you get those during the free trial. There's not much here because I just started it, and it's really about working one-to-one with me, getting on a call. As the group grows, we will have some weekly calls to come together and talk about what we're doing, share. There will be opportunities for hot seats and stuff. But really, this is the Skool Quickstart community where you get your one-to-one action plan, where I help you get those few things together. That's all you need is this image, this little description, the about page tile image, and a short little description there, and then a welcome post. That's all you need to start a community. That's it. You don't have to start. You can turn off all of these tabs, actually. In fact, if we go back to this tab, share this tab instead, you can see that up here, I don't even have the calendar turned on. And I might turn off the map, and let's go ahead and do that. Let's turn off the map, because this is not so much community as it is more of a blog article type. Most of the community members that I have here are other creators that are going to be creating content. So this is kind of a gateway to the gateways, right? It's a different way of working it. And you can see how simple it was to just turn these off. You can turn the classroom off and just have community members, leaderboards, and about. So let's hop over to Skool Building. Nope, let's go to Wise Schoolers. That's the third step. For elite, start sharing this tab instead. There we go. In my Skool Building ladder to help people grow on Skool, this is the elite community leaders, where we come together and we're not focused on scaling to 8 figures. Although, of course, maybe you want that, maybe you don't. But what we're about here is living healthy, wealthy, wise lives, doing what we love, and making money along the way. Effortless living. Live well with less effort. I mean, you got to do the work, right? But it doesn't have to be hustle and grind and push. You got to push a little bit to grow. But the energy, the essence of Wise Schooler is different than the scalers, right? If it was Wise Scaler, that would be a whole different. But if it said Wise, it would be my framework, which is all about wellness, integration, solution essentials. If you've watched any of my videos, you know some weeks I talk about the EASE framework or getting wise. Get wise. Most groups drown you in tools, tactics, and engagement tricks that add to the stress and strain with excess distractions. That's not wise. This is a culture first group. Yeah, I've got a handful of top Skool creators in here, and you can see some of the activity here. And that is where we come together as established school owners to make sure the practices are sustainable, because a lot of people do come onto the platform and end up overwhelmed and burnt out, and you know, they'll start a community, they'll get really excited about it, and then it drops off. There's these cycles I've seen as I've been around since February 20th of last year, 2024. And like I said, I've been active in hundreds of communities, and I have worked with school games winners. I've been to school headquarters, and I work with together collaboratively and collectively my colleagues on Skool, however you want to say it, are top community owners as well. So if you want to just get started without all of the overwhelm, then it's time to come on in. And let me tell you that there's never been a better time. I don't have a link on here right now, because you can come in and get the free trial, or you can just jump right on in, and using the QR codes here on the screen, you can get this Skool Building setup special It's $123 for a limited time. That's the launch special ABC 123, which is really about the simple steps of school building. Let's take a look at those, shall we? There's not a lot here in the, let's see, is this the right one to do? Boop, 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 community. Let's see if I can find that. There it is. The ABCs of school building. Here is the easiest way to begin, right? You align your passion to your purpose in a way that people will actually pay for it. Yeah, that's it. So we just get set. We take aim at the target that we're going to go for. And I'm here to help you make sure it's not something that's just going to fall flat, right? You can ask your friends and family, what's the thing that sometimes you wish I'd shut up about if I talk about it all the time and I'm super excited about it, like I am talking about school, right? And then you can think about what you've been through. Did you just lose 50 pounds? Or did you just train for a Spartan? Or did you just learn how to paddleboard? Or did you get a puppy? The dogs are wrestling out there. I think I'm in 11 dog communities. It's fun. I mean, we love to talk about our dogs. One's dog nutrition, one's about dog arthritis, one's about loyal shepherds, German shepherd focus. One's about adventure canines and being out adventuring with your dog. So there's a lot of different ways. You don't have to worry about, but somebody else has a dog community. Somebody else has a pickleball community. No, you just choose something that you love and bring your people together. There's billions of people. There's plenty of room. And a lot of us work together synergistically on this platform, supporting one another. And it's just a wonderful thing. So then once you've got that set, you come together with me in the school action plan, where we set these things, what it's going to be about, what the focus is going to be, what kind of people you want to invite in. And that's how you come up with that little picture and that little description blurb. And then you can use the same picture for both tiles, and then a sentence or a paragraph or a little bit more for your description to start with. And then you can even set it up as a wait list so that people just click the button, but you don't even let them in at first. And it collects a nice little pod of a couple of handfuls of people while you go out and invite 3, 5, 10, not friends and family and followers, but people who are actually interested in this thing that you think will come together, that you know will come together and engage in communication and sharing about this topic, right? You're not the teacher teaching, the preacher preaching. You're a community leader in this format. Now, you can use a school also as a course container. You can use it as a teaching classroom. That's your choice. It's not going to have that same community feel, though, if you don't also put on your community leader hat and learn how to just engage people in more organic conversation instead of constant teaching and preaching. It's a different feel, a different flair, and there's successful ways to do both. And as an expert with over 3 decades experience, I'm here to help you. And I can also steer you towards the specific communities and experts that you might want to work with next after you get started. So A, align. B, we just got the basics set, the welcome post, the about page, the description. And then B, you come together with me in your school Quickstart setup. That's the 1, 2, 3 current rate, $123. Incredible. Just to walk you through the setup live. It takes under a minute to sign up, and then we'll get that set so that you feel confident inviting people in. And then you have your list of people, and that's C, cultivate. You go invite the people. You just invite that core crew of people, 10, 20, 30 people, to get some conversations started. That's what the welcome post is. It's not just, hey, you're here, this is what this is about. It's about, hey, welcome, we are starting something awesome. Go ahead and introduce yourself, share something fun about you, or, tell us where you're living now or what you're doing. You ask a couple of questions so that in the comments, they reply and let you know a little bit more about them, and then people can reply to those comments. Oh, hey, I've been there, that was cool. Or hey, I've got a dog too, here's a picture. And it starts that community engagement interaction. And then you cultivate that by bringing in more people, right? You don't start by announcing it to the world. You start by cultivating your garden so that you don't have to just remove a bunch of weeds at the beginning of your journey, right? You cultivate it. And if someone isn't a good fit, then they don't stick around, or they are requested to leave, or they are blocked and banned, depending on how offensive their behavior is, right? So you set the rules. It's your community. So think about it. What are you so passionate about that you can talk about all day? Or maybe you already know that. You already have a business around that. Let's get together and have the conversation about how to get your business growing with less effort. Let's stop sharing this. Come on in. You can stop sharing, Wendy. There it is. Boom. QR codes. Here is a bigger QR code. The one up in the corner is good for this, but here is a bigger one, and Skool Quickstart setup. That will take you to that PayPal. Skool.wisewithwendy.com will take you to the Schoolers site where you can just jump right in and start your community. I would advise, however, coming in with me so we can get those pieces set up for you before you start your 14-day trial to maximize that, as a lot of people will sign up for their 14-day trial and then kind of look at the interface and it's new and it's different, and then they don't really do it, and then they kind of putz around, and then they go to look for help, and then they end up in 50 communities, and then they're overwhelmed with tactics and mixed messages about how to start, and so it never gets started, and they drift away. Some people drift away for a day, some people drift away for a month, some people drift away. I've seen people come back from last year, from over a year ago. They've come back and restarted their communities. And it is so much simpler. That's why I'm doing the Skool Quickstart setup, right? Not the make your first 10K or your first 100K. There's a lot of those that are about that. And it is simple to do that. You can do that. You can charge $10,000 for your community if you have that kind of audience and invite the right people in. You can make that money on the first day with the right approach, right? So I'm here to help you get that super quick, simple setup and guide you to the next steps in your school journey. Which experts might you want to go join their community for your growth journey? That's different levels of expertise, the traffic and the growth, and everybody has different needs and concerns and audiences. Some people are starting with zero audience or followers or business client pool, right? Pool of people, except for what's in your phone and who you email and who you know, right? Who do you hang out with? So there's a lot of different ways you can do this, but we want to set something up that's sustainable, that you're going to love doing, that doesn't turn into another job, that doesn't turn into another bulky nightmare. Trust me, I've done those things. It's no fun. So if you have any questions, hit me up on the platform. Let me know. I am obviously passionate about school. I love talking about it. I love helping people get set up. And I look forward to helping you get set up too. Connect.wisewithwendy.com gives you a link to book a call with me, 100% free. It's just a 15-minute connection call, not a pitch fest, not a sleazy sales call, just a connection. Hey, what are you up to? Where are you at in life? What's not working for you? Where would you like to be? Hey, I'm Wendy. This is how I might be able to help you, or this is what I might suggest for you. Let's get you a quick win right away on that 15-minute call. Set up your school action plan or your Unlock Ease action plan, depending on which one you need. Do you need a little bit more life balance, or some cut the crap feel alive again, or do you want to dive right in and start your school? I still do the pain relief. I'm a pain relief specialist, a behavior change and health coach, a movement instructor, trainer, and human movement specialist. So, I got a lot of things going. I help people in a lot of different ways. The key that unites them all is simplicity. Wellness integration solution essentials, the basics, the foundations. Because without those, that's why so many of us don't get the results we're after. Me too. I've been through it too. Chasing the quick fixes. Chasing the pain, wishing it would go away. Fix it, fix it, fix it. Make it go away. Make it stop. I wish it would go away. Well, instead, get curious, open, and allow the change to take place. That trying to fix it, chasing creates this constriction, restricting the growth. So it's a different approach in all of the aspects of help that I provide to people, and they're all integrated. They are all one. You want to have a healthy, wealthy, wise life. Yeah. Live well with less effort. Who doesn't want more ease? And who doesn't want something that makes them money for doing what they love in a way that it keeps going, even if you're off on vacation? Right? So there you have it. If you have any questions, book a call, connect.wisewithwendy.com. I love connecting with people. Let's see what you're up to. Let's see how I might help you or who I might connect you with. And let's get